This past Tuesday, April 17, 2012, Inglewood residents joined City Council to voice opinions on several items on the agenda. Consent Calendar 4. Council agreed to an amendment with St. Margaret Center for an additional $26,195.06 to provide an increased emergency shelter grant services and adopted a resolution amending the 2011-2012 fiscal year budget.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. Pamela Thicklin, Grants Manager. This item is to provide additional funds for emergency shelter grant program with St. Margaret Center. Over the last couple of years, HUD has been upgrading their system, Integrated Disbursement and Information System. And in doing so, they identified funds from prior fiscal year emergency shelter grant that was not expended. HUD is allowing cities, they rolled up the funds and then allowing any city that had unspent emergency shelter grant funds to allow them to expend those funds before HUD rolls over to the new Emergency Solutions Grant Program. Those funds can only be used for former Inglewood residents who find themselves homeless. They have to show proof of prior Inglewood residency within the last 3 years before they're able to receive assistance through St. Margaret Center for either emergency shelter in a motel that they do contract with, and then to be able to help them to provide some sort or find some sort of permanent available housing. What the city did when HUD upgraded the system, identified over the course of, since the beginning of the program, which was 1995, identified an amount totaling $26,195.06 that is available under the emergency shelter grant for the city to be able to use. So we're requesting that consideration that St. Margaret Center is the city's administrator for the emergency shelter grant, that we amend the contract and amend the budget to provide for those additional funds so we can perhaps get those expended before the end of the city's fiscal year, September 30th.
CC5. Staff recommended approval of a 5-year general services agreement with the County of Los Angeles to provide various services on an as-needed basis and adopted a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. Funds will be taken from the general fund and miscellaneous special funds. Ordinance 1. Council adopted Ordinance number 12-05, amending Salary Ordinance number 11-11 to modify and adjust the salary range for the vacant Public Works Director job classification.
Every last one of those umpteen people that applied for that job saw the range when they put in their paperwork. If they did not want that job for that price, they should not have put in an application.
SPH1. Mayor Butts ordered the public hearing to consider the 2008-2014 Draft Housing Element General Plan Amendment 12-01 of the Inglewood General Plan for May 8, 2012 at 7 p.m. CM1. Council approved the mid-year reorganization, consolidation, and workforce reduction plan.
The only part of that I am particularly familiar with is concerning the library. You need to keep in place a library manager, because library science is as specialized as law enforcement, and you wouldn't just put law enforcement under any old department and expect it to run without a manager in place.
For more detailed information, log on to www.cityofinglewood.org. Click on the How Do I tab. Scroll down to View City Council Agendas. Scroll down one more time to the City Council date that you're looking for. Double click, download it to your computer, and you're all set to go.